Alright guys, this is my first official YouTube video regarding trading. In this video, I'm simply just going to take you guys along and show you how I trade inside the Forex markets. Now take note that this is how I trade. This is what works best for me. This may not be best for you. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt. This is just how I trade, and this is what I enjoy doing. I don't get confused trading this way. I've traded multiple strategies. I've tried SMC, all that type of stuff. Just simple breaks and retests is what works best for me. That's it. Nothing special, nothing like that. Just breaks and retests with good risk management and a 1-to-1 RR or a 1-to-2 RR. That's what I aim for. It's just super simplistic. All right. And first thing you're noticing is that yes, my candlesticks are all black. I had them a different, I keep changing them, but they've been black now. I just like having it a solid color like this. It's just, I don't know, I like it. You don't need the candlesticks to be all one color. This is just what I like. It's just preference. Alright, so as you see, I'm a break and retest scalper. I only used a 5-minute and 15-minute. I don't use the 1 hour, I don't use a 4 hour, I don't use a daily, I don't use any of that to base my trades off of. I simply just only look at the 5-minute and 15-minute. That's what I do. It works best for me. I don't get confused. My win rate stays good. I have a 70% win rate. Usually depends on the week. It ranges from 60 to around 80% depending on the weeks and months. But I'm averaging about 70% right now. So how do I find trades? Well, I am a trend trader, meaning I only take trades within the trends. So meaning I would not take any trades inside of here. And why is that? Because there's no clear trend inside this gray zone that I marked up. It is just ranging back and forth. Price is just consolidating, doing a bunch of nothing. Now, if I take this off and I scroll a bit over, we then start to get a trend. Now, how I mark up my zones, if price makes a resistance and or support like this and it's super clear, I'll mark it out just like that. And price breaks through it, comes back, kind of retests, but I wouldn't enter off that. It just ranges. Price then again ranges. I wouldn't take trades inside of there at all because at this point price is doing nothing besides going sideways. So once I see price ranging, I obviously know there's resistance up in here, so I would mark out my zone just like that, exactly like that, and I would wait for price to break, which it did here, and I would wait for price to come back and retest this zone, which never happened. Now keep in mind, when price breaks a support and or resistance, it's not always going to come back down and retrace back into your zone. Price will oftentimes break a zone, come back down near the zone, and then continue back up. As you can see here, if I take that off, price did what? Price broke the zone, made a resistance. I would mark that out. I would wait for the break, and I would wait for the retest. And we never got a retest here at all. Price just kept shooting up. If I come back over here, what happens? Price makes a resistance. I mark that up. I then wait for price to break the zone. And I wait for price to come back and retrace into the zone. Now, how do I enter trades? Very simple way. I don't look for any type of price action patterns. All I simply do is just, once I see price is inside my key zone, all I do is just monitor price and see if it's bouncing. If price is bouncing from that zone, I will then enter the trade. So I'm not worried about the top wicks here because I'm not looking for sells, I'm looking for buys, so I'm not worried about the top wicks. Price comes into the zone, rejects once, rejects twice. Now, I could enter off of this candle once it closes. This candle has to close first before I enter. So if I really wanted to, I could have entered this trade as soon as this closed. Do I always do that? No. I usually like to see price going into the other way. So, funny enough, I would have entered around this area. Let's just say I entered up here due to spreads. Stop loss, really simple. I don't have a set number of pips every time. I just kind of put it down wherever, make sure it's in a safe spot, and call it a day there. So I would have around right there, and my target usually always stays at a 1-to-1. I like having a higher win rate. It's easier on my psychology. I don't take too many losses, and when I do, I just know that soon enough I'll have another win. There's nothing wrong with going for a 1-to-2 or even a 1-to-3 with trades like this. You can have a 1-to-2 or a 1-to-3. My suggestion would just be, if you're aiming for a 1-to-2, right? Then what you can do is, so you'll have a lot more break evens doing it this way, but what I would suggest is every time price hits the 1-to-1 mark, you move your stop loss to break even so that you lock in. And if price comes back down, you won't take a loss. It'll just be a break even trade. Yes, you will have a lot more break evens, but you won't really take that many losses as if you would just leave your stop here and just wait for the 1-to-2 to be hit. So that's that. I just like to go for a 1-to-1. It's just easier for me. That's what I like doing. And in this case, price would have worked out just fine. And ultimately, it never broke this high. It just plummeted down and made a new downtrend. So I would have had this marked up though. I would have been expecting price to come up and break this zone. It never did. Price then just reversed down and created a downtrend. And from here, yeah, that's that. Actually, I did take this trade today. Actually, this is a trade that I lost though. If I get the replay tool and come back, I entered. This is a trade I took this morning and I lost. Every trade you take won't always be a winner. You will have losers, which is completely fine. That's why risk management is essential, because you can't win every trade no matter what. Like, you may think you have the perfect system and that you won't lose any trades, but realistically, you're gonna have losses no matter what. A strategy will always have losses. There's no way around that. It's just not realistic that a strategy will never lose, because it will. As long as you have an edge over the market long term, you'll be profitable. So I took this trade. Why? Price was already in a downtrend. Price then broke this support zone. It wasn't the cleanest break. I don't really mind if it's messy or not. I just want to see price break the support and or resistance. In this case, it broke support and became resistance. So I would be monitoring price action here. And as you can see, we get a small rejection wick, we get another bigger rejection wick, and another bigger rejection wick, and then I entered based, once this candle closed up here, I entered because I didn't want to enter down here. That's a bit far away from my zone. I like to enter as close to my zone as possible. So price came up. I entered around here. Let's just say that due to spreads. Stop loss was around that, and I was going for a 1-to-1. Yeah, that happened. It just, never came into profits, just instantly shot up to my stop loss and I took the loss. And I'm okay with that. That is perfectly fine. I'm okay with taking losses. It's not the end of the world. I know that over a long period of time, I'm profitable. That's all that I care about. Long term. I don't care if I lose one trade. You know, you can't think that every trade is going to win. That's not going to be good for your psychology. You want to think long term. So this one loser, doesn't affect me because I know out of 100 trades, I'll be profitable. So I'm not worried about this loss. But this is essentially how I trade. Just simple breaks and retests of support and resistance. And all I wait for is price to bounce away. If price looks like it's bouncing away, I'll enter and aim for a 1-to-1. That's it. As simple as that. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just simple, basic break and retest. Price is bouncing away. I'll enter that trade. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. Take this strategy and if you want to, apply it to your trading and modify it however you'd like. This is just what works best for me. I'm not saying you'll be profitable if you copy this. You have to put in the time and effort into trading for this to work out for you. Alright? You have to have proper risk management. You have to have a set strategy that is proven to give you an edge over time. And you have to follow your rules to a T. If you don't follow your rules, you're not going to be consistent, and that's going to skew your results in trading. Alright guys, that's it for the video. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And until then, I'll see you next time.